Hello everyone and welcome back to Kadic Reviews. Now, it's not every day that I get a gift pony in the mouth from Xbox Live, and it's not every day that the gift pony happens to be culturally relevant. Sorta. You see, this weekend Xbox Live offered up a comedy. Not just any comedy for free streaming. No. They offered up the subject of today's review. Today's movie review. Hot Tub Time Machine. Now, if you were to ask me, every pony, what I would think if I ever heard a movie was called Hot Tub Time Machine, I would usually respond with, is that a porno involving multiple penetrations, threesomes, and the like, and not a comedy starring John Cusack? Well, unfortunately, it's the former, not the latter. You see, it's a comedy starring John Cusack, who's playing this guy by the name of Adam. We don't even know his last name. And his life as an insurance salesman has been a piece of crap. However, he's got three friends. The Ron Conroy played character Lou. The black guy, which I won't even mention his name because this part is so irrelevant and unfunny in this movie that it's a laughing joke, and Lou's son, who doesn't even know who his mother is, who is a slacker 20-something do-nothing that plays Second Life. Wow, Second Life. Remember when that video game was popular? Boy, I don't. All I remember is it used to be a part of a G4 show called Portal, and that's about it. Other than that, Second Life is irrelevant. Well, Rob Conroy's character just wanted to commit suicide under the pretense of motley crew after a drinking and driving stupor. And before I go any further, they offered the unrated version of the movie. That's right, all the nudity, all the fun stuff, not cut out. So, this is the true version of Hot Tub Time Machine. You see, after Conway's character survives his suicide attempt in the hospital, his three friends, one being by the name of Nick Weber, that would be our black guy, who's a dog groomer by day, and a former 80s musician who bombed out, along with Adam and Jacob, decide to visit the old drunk bag in the hospital. They have a clever idea to spend the weekend together, Jacob reluctantly, at their old 80s hangout, the Kodiak Ski Lodge. Now, there they realize that their friendship isn't really a friendship, it's more of a I tolerate you percent that seems to be going on a downward spiral of nothing but boredom until they discover a mysterious hot tub. A few drinks later, and these drunken idiots wake up the next morning, not exactly in the same time period. More specifically, in the winter of 1986. Poison is the hot band at the time. MTV is in, and everybody's got the Kid and Play haircut, and still playing tape recorders, to Nick Weber's scared dismay. How they got there, the guys have no clue, except to deduce that the hot tub brought them there. The four, at first content with letting history kind of repeat itself so everything stays in order, Adam being the leader here and insisting on this, while Ron Conroy's character wants to change history for his own better by getting revenge against the ski lodge bully among other things. Things tend to go through the wild weekend of Winterfest. Oh, at first, everything goes historically according to plan. Breakup, bully beatdown, among others, until Lou's character finally just says screw it and decides to start changing things. Using their advanced knowledge of the 21st century, however, Nick decides to become a pop star based off of the Black Eyed Peas' Let's Get Retarded. Yes, that's the actual name of the song. Don't look at me. Lou decides to finally shack up, in which we find out that the person he shacked up with was Jacob's mother, which leads to one of the most delightfully raunchy jokes of the movie. As Jacob is being conceived, he disappears from the time-space. When they're finished and concluded in their sexual acts, Jacob reappears in the time-space. Also, pop culture references from both Our Century, this movie back in 2010, and the 1980s are referenced. But of course, it's not without brotastic arguments and almost a breakup of a foursome right then and there, but they get back together just in time to fix the time machine and return home to their own time. A lot of the jokes I'm not even going to spoil here, but I will say that the movie is centered around 3 central jokes. 4 if you count the ending joke. And all of them are cashed in brilliantly without any clue that the joke's connected. The ending is quite a funny parallel of what happens when you tell stuff about the future and the time paradox therein. And then everything ends up on a happily raunchy conclusion. If it was not for John Cusack's character and Rob Conroy's character of Lou, this movie would not be funny. And trust me, they're the ones that hold it up. Even though the black guy gets the most attention for his role due to the cult classic status of the movie, I would rather have the character removed entirely from this thing. His jokes are not funny. He himself is not funny. And having the token black guy in every buddy comedy doesn't exactly work out. Plus, you don't really feel sad about his situation, constantly feeling like he's going to cheat on his future wife, only to lead into his only funny joke when he calls up the 9-year-old virgin of her to confess how angry it is about a relationship that hasn't even happened yet. By and large, the movie is not as laugh out loud as it seems, but it does have its funny and amusing moments, and its main signature jokes do get cast in, and everything is a happy ending. I can understand why this movie is such a cult classic that just this week, and here's why I said this review is proper timing, the sequel has now hit theaters. Don't expect me to spend money on it, but when I do get the opportunity to see Time Machine 2, you can be assured there'll be a review right here at Code Equestria about the sequel. But as for the 80s original, I give Hot Tub Time Machine a very positive and uplifting 7 out of 10. Now I would like to state, apparently Squirrels ruined game-winning touchdown drives, but outside of that the movie, for its simple concept, actually pays off on its star power and its key jokes. Although none of them will be rememberable or quotable. The movie is an excellent example of what you can do with a simplistic, stupid idea. Watch it free on Xbox Live if you got it this weekend, or find a quick way and a cheap way to see it legally. It's a fun time for an hour and 40 minutes. Now, as for the sequel, we'll have to find out that later. But until then, find peace in your own nirvana. Or I guess in this case, your own hot tub. Thanks for watching.